Welcome back, YouTube family, to Simone's Worthy Mosaic. I'm so excited to be back on our platform where we are discussing different topics that are a part of enriching, growing, developing our worthy mosaics. What do I mean when I say mosaics? Welcome to anyone that is new. When we discuss mosaics, we think about how within the actual mosaic, you take different pieces, whether they're made out of stone or other materials, and you put all those pieces together to produce a picture. The picture is not about perfection, but that it's more about the authentic expression. So when we say mosaics and we take our life and put it into that format, a mosaic, we're discussing how different aspects of life come together to form our authentic selves. And currently, we're on this segment of a honeycomb of substance, a word for your worthy mosaic, where we're discussing words that may apply to your season of life now, may apply to your past, or maybe will apply in your future. But the idea is that you have this life of substance. It is important, and it has beautiful parts that come together to create you. You are the authentic representation. You are, your life, your journey is the mosaic. So for today, the special word that we have is the keynote, the withstanding word of reverberation. I'm going to say it again, YouTube family. The keynote, the withstanding word of reverberation. Reverberation, when I think about that, it really equates to me as the echo. When you make sounds, you ever hear an echo that follows it? You know you already originally released the sound from your mouth, but then you may hear that echo follow. You could have been in a tunnel and you screamed something. You could have been out on a piece of field or some secluded area and you screamed or said a few words and heard an echo. You could have been in another circumstance, but you understand that the sound, it continued after your original release of it from your mouth, right? So that's what I think about when I think reverberation. But we're going to go deeper because YouTube family, you know I like to go deeper. What is the connection to this word? I said the keynote, the withstanding word of reverberation. When I think reverberation, I think the sound, the echo. But my question in your life is, do you understand your sound? And do you understand the effect of your sound? See, here's the thing. When I think of my being, when I think of who I am, I think about the gifts that I have within, when I think about what I'm called to do, I really equate it to a sound. That when I enter a room, when I walk down the street, there's something unique to me. And when I'm around whoever I need to be around to connect with, my sound, who I am, what represents my authentic self will resonate with them. And I am a big believer that not only will my sound resonate with them, but in a sense, it will echo, that it will go to them and it will go to the next person, because I do believe in the power of positive influence. I do believe in the power of connecting and helping one another. And our different gifts can be used and it can echo from one person to the next, to communities and so on. Your sound has an effect. And let me say this, I really like to express this word of reverberation personally as the keynote word. Why? Because who you are, what you are made of, what you consist of, the substance of what makes you you, is so special. It is the center. It is the main theme of what I'm getting at. When you are sitting in a room by yourself, I need you to think about who you are, not who someone else says you are, not what you have done in certain capacities. I'm talking about who you are just as an individual sitting in a room, your essence, your beauty, the amazing, unique person, starting from your core. Who are you? Because that's the central theme. I don't care what else is going on in the room. That is keynote. That is the central point. That is the sound. And I say that metaphorically. What sound do you produce? Who are you? Then I think about withstanding. Okay, so I remember I used to get a kick out of when I was a little girl and I would see the elders. And when I say the elders, whether it was my grandmother, great grandmothers, the elders of the family, and they just had a way. They had a way that they moved in the kitchen if they were cooking. They had a way that they would tell their jokes or make conversation. They had a way that they would keep up or decorate their house. There was a way, and it represented their personality and it represented their wisdom. And it was withstanding. And what I mean by that is you would come in there and say, well, I don't like that. But my grandmother or great grandmother would say, but I like that. So I keep it because it represents, it's an expression. It represents who I am. And I'm decorating this house according to who I am and what I find is fitting for me. This food that I create, I made it because I find that it represents my interest and what is of me. And I remember asking my grandmother, well, why did you make this cake? Or why did you organize something on the bookshelf, right? Why did you put this on this top shelf versus this on the bottom shelf? And my grandmother said, because it works for me. It was withstanding her after years of wisdom and learning who she was, after years of wisdom of my great grandmother learning who she was, it was withstanding who they were, the sound that came from them, the essence of who they were. It was not damage. It was resistant. If you would come in there and say, hey, let me change you, they would say, no, I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to grow, but you can't change what I am and what I produce. And you can see it in the way that I am walking. You can see it in the way that I hold myself in this home, the way I create the atmosphere. It is withstanding. Your sound is withstanding. So my thing that I'm trying to share, the point that I'm making is that I want you to think about when you hear this word, reverberation, and you think of how this is like a sound that can echo, I want you to ask yourself, what is it? What sound do you produce? For example, when you enter a room and you leave, what do you feel you leave in that room? What do you feel like when you enter amongst a group of people and then you leave that group of people? What do you feel like you brought to that group? Who are you, whether you're by yourself, whether you're with a group, or so on? Your sound has an effect, and I want you to connect that because your sound is important. Your person, your being is important. Don't let anybody change the central theme of your story. That is you. Your sound is of importance. Do not let anyone come in and tell you what you cannot be, because you are withstanding. Your sound has this ability to resist. It has this ability to be undamaged because it is part of your core. So overall, YouTube family, I want you to think about a season, whether you're in it now, whether it's the past or it's in the future, that you can see yourself really learning about the sound, metaphorically, that you produce. And I want you to ask yourself, that sound that's on your core, how do you want it to impact? How do you want it to resonate with others, including future generations? Your sound has an effect. Your sound not only has an effect, it will echo. So let's make it a positive, magnificent, amazing one. Let it resonate. Let it echo. But first, you need to acknowledge the effect of your sound, because no one can take your sound. It is unique to you. So YouTube family, I look forward to connecting with you in our next video where we're discussing our final word of this umbrella segment of A Honeycomb of Substance, a word for your worthy mosaic. Now, before I leave, I want to say right now, you know that I love engagement. So if you want to comment below, if you want to tell me whether it is what you think your sound is or what you gained from this video, please share. And also, if you would like, please subscribe below so you can see videos to come and also look at past videos. And if you really felt like you were engaged and you're ready for that next word, if you would like, please press that like button below, because I'm here for engagement. I'm here for connection. I want you to understand your mosaic is too important. So let's identify our sound and let's learn and understand the effect that it is and can have. Have a good one, YouTube family.